A day in the life of a pilot. Michael's day starts by having breakfast with his family. They discuss what the day looks like, what needs to be done, and everyone's plans.
All right. Goodbye. I'll see you guys later.
Subsequently, Michael drives to the hangar where our offices are. Every morning, the team assembles to start the working day with a devotion. Among other things, they pray for protection and safety because, as Michael says, flying in Papua is one of the biggest challenges.
The biggest challenge here flying in Papua is, number one, the altitude, and number two, the weather. The weather is very challenging. It comes up in a moment's notice and then can cloud you in, and you may have to spend the night in the compounds. All right, as far as today,
after the devotion, the team discusses the upcoming flights, medevacs, and daily tasks which need to be planned and assigned. Today, Michael has to fly for a medevac. For safety purposes and to guard against difficulties, he carries out a pre-flight check, as is necessary with every flight. As soon as the helicopter is on the airfield, Michael begins to start up the helicopter and to calibrate all the instruments according to a checklist. Once the helicopter is in the air and Michael is on the way to the patient, he also takes the opportunity to enjoy the flight and the passing scenery. Helimission pilots are, however, not only pilots. Michael tells us,
every pilot here is not just a pilot here in Helimission. We also have added responsibilities. My added responsibility is taking care of all the medical gear, as well as all the long line gear with the ropes and the slings that we use for long line work underneath the helicopter. The other added responsibility I have is disaster relief coordination. And I'm always monitoring disasters around the world to determine whether we have to respond to those or not.
Having reached his destination, Michael and his co-pilot help wherever is necessary. When the situation is very urgent, a doctor accompanies the flight. Michael himself has medical training and can often help or support the specialists. Otherwise, he helps the patients get into the helicopter and secures them, or assists with whatever else is needed. Once the patient is stable and secure, Michael takes off and flies directly to the nearest hospital where the patient can be professionally cared for. On foot, the patients would have to walk for days, if not weeks. Most of them would not survive. According to Michael, the most rewarding flights are not actually the medevacs.
The most rewarding flights that we do here in Helimission are going to support the Word of God, going out to the people who have never heard His name, let alone what He has to tell them about how much He loves them.
Michael and some of his colleagues go to a local restaurant for lunch. This helps them build relationships with the local people and keep up to date with the local news. This is also very much appreciated by the local community. Michael spends the afternoon in the office. He normally writes up mission reports and records the flight hours in the logbook. Further meetings are held for planning operations, making daily, weekly schedules, and assigning and coordinating who is on call for emergencies. The mechanics inform the pilots which helicopter requires maintenance, so they can plan accordingly.
Thank you for coming. We got a flight request from Yasuma. to do a sling load from walk basic to morning.
The ground rates, you'll need a handheld radio. Then you want the cargo net.
The fabric ones, not the steel ones, just because the bag of cement would be better.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
That's it. Further questions?
No?
Okay.
After another intensive day at work, Michael leaves the office and drives home.
They put flags in the middle of the road.
On the way back, Michael tells us that driving at night is especially challenging because without lights, it's almost impossible to see obstacles and holes in the road or cars driving without lights. Michael is, however, quite experienced, and we arrive back home safely, where he spends the evening with his family, eating dinner and enjoying their company. He's already looking forward to what tomorrow will bring.